snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws caught. Foles, touchdown.
Here he goes. It's Hester. Inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown.
Fields stumbling, trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown!
Hurts on first down, fires downfield. It's Deshaun Jackson back in the lineup. Missed the last 7 games, and he will take it 81 yards. A somersault into the end zone. His first touchdown of the season.
You're listening to The Pigskin Project, the world's #1 football podcast. Now, with more insights on all things football, here are your hosts, Ben Hansen and Ryan Matthews.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Pigskin Project, where it's been a minute. We haven't been live in a couple weeks, so we apologize, but we are back nonetheless. And as you could tell, things look maybe a little bit different. We both are kind of struggling with internet right now. So if there's any kind of delay, between Ben and I, just kind of, try to disregard it as much as possible because we're trying to work with it just as much as you guys probably are. But I mean, within the last couple weeks, not really too much has happened in football. But today specifically, the NFL schedule release happened, everything like that. So we're going to dive into that a lot today. But Ben, first off, how you doing? You had a vacation. Where'd you go? How did it go? Et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, no, I had a vacation. I went to Denver last week. It was a lot of fun. It's actually like snowing up there right now, which is like wild to see like the difference and whatnot. But I went on vacation. It was Denver. It was awesome. It's beautiful up there. It's, you can't beat it. Started the summer job. If you guys can't tell by the beautiful sunglass tan line I have on the side of my face here. It's fantastic. A little tired, but we're pushing through it again, putting out some content. It's going to be fun. Depths of the off season. There's not going to be a lot of news for like a month and a half now, but it's all right. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. Like you said, we're in the middle of the off season. So, I mean, right now looking at some basketball right now, the playoffs right in the middle of it. Unfortunately, my Heat are not in it. And I'll have a bold take just because we're in the beginning segment of this podcast episode. I think the Boston Celtics are going to lose in the finals. I don't know if that's a bold take or not, but they're getting an absolute cakewalk to the finals, and it really irks me. So it's going to be a wake-up call to whoever they get, but whoever they get is going to be in the Western Conference. That's going to be the champion. But anyways, so, I mean, my struggles, I guess, internet-wise, and hopefully I look okay to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and look at our stream really quick just to see exactly how it looks. But I will say, not horrible. I will say my internet line got cut, unfortunately. It is what it is. As much as I wish it didn't, it definitely did. And so because of that, I'm struggling, just as everybody would in my, position in our age group, to find some kind of entertainment while I'm home. So, I today tried to go outside of the house to find some entertainment. And by doing that, I went to my very first White Sox game. So, that was a lot of fun.
I love the stadium. The stadium.
Oh, yeah. Have you been?
Oh, I've been plenty of times. The stadium there's fantastic. The area around it, it is what it is, but like it's a beautiful stadium. It's one of I've been a few times, and I mean you're not gonna like it. It might be sacrilegious to some people, but I mean I like it more than Wrigley. But
I'll say what I said to my buddies that I went with, which by the way, shout out to them because I mean, for the invite, that was just so much fun. Lots of fun the entire time. But nonetheless, for my first experience, it was a great experience. Would I go back? Absolutely. I'm excited because I didn't get to try as much food as I really wanted to. It was a day game. My stomach was already full, but I did try the famous milkshake, and I will say it was pretty overrated. But anyways, I told them, it's a great stadium. I love it. Had a great time. But there's something in me, and I think it's just because my favorite team plays there, is that I'm a little biased towards Wrigley to where I like Wrigley a little bit more. It's not to shame,
Of course.
Comiskey or anything like that, but it's more so, I'm a homer, man. That is what it is. So yeah, I don't know, but let's go ahead and dive in briefly to the football side of things, just because, I mean, we're back. You know what I mean? We got to talk about some football, and a couple minor signings happened. For example, the Chargers signed free agent wide receiver DJ Chark to a 1-year deal. The Bills signed free agent wide receiver Chase Claypool, and then the Dolphins signed free agent wide receiver OBJ. So the only one that I could see really making a difference here is OBJ. If you've got a pretty stacked set of 3 receivers, I think you're going to be okay in this league. And I'm not just saying that because the Bears are looking decent. I'm saying it because it's worked. Look at the Bengals, for example. Tyler Boyd was a serviceable 3rd string. And I'm excited to see what that product is. And I definitely think the Dolphins, as of right now, they look like a playoff team. But what do you think?
No, I would agree. Of all those wide receivers that you listed off, it was actually the one that you had left off the list. I think that's probably going to have the most impact on his team, the MVS. I'm pretty sure also signing with the Bills. It's going to be a lot of fun to see him and Josh Allen stretch it. It's whether or not he can actually catch passes, and that was his issue, and not make boneheaded plays like he did there in KC the last couple games. But I think him and Josh Allen could be a fun pairing. And as far as OBJ, I don't know how much of an impact he's going to be. The last time he was relevant, Obama was president, so it's been a while since he's actually been like relevant, like really impactful player. He had a good Super Bowl, but I think he'll have a good game or here or there. But for him to be impactful for an entire season, I don't know what we can expect from him, but it'll be fun to see him play in that offense.
Oh, absolutely. It's to the point to where, I think he's reached the ring chasing phase of his career. So, it's fine. It's respectable. One thing that I found pretty shocking that's happened within the last couple of weeks that we've been gone is Michael Irvin was let go from NFL Network after 20 plus years from the company. It's pretty, shocking. The dude put up pretty good content for them. And I know they've been doing kind of budget cuts and stuff with what's it called? Like Sporting Network, stuff like that. When it comes to sports news and everything. But, and we'll dive into that a little bit when we go to the broadcast portion of it as well. But it is disappointing when you see people like that with big names as well going away when they didn't really do anything wrong. It looks good. So what do you think? Sorry, caught you in the middle.
No, yeah, you did. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm exhausted. No, I think you've covered it all. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. Let's see. So after that, just a little rumor. JJ Watt told Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans that he would potentially come out of retirement and rejoin the team if it is absolutely needed. Let me tell you, JJ, love you. It's not needed. You're gonna be okay. Let's see. And I can totally understand that he's at the point of retirement to where he's like, I kind of miss it, just as much as we probably miss high school football. So, it is what it is. Next up, let me take a look here. So the Titans signed free agent wide receiver Tyler Boyd as well. decent wide receiver core there to see what they can pull out of Will Levis. I'm excited to see them week 1, and we'll dive into, Bears schedule, Eagles schedule. But it's going to be exciting, that wide receiver trio, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, and now Tyler Boyd. It's going to be good. What do you think?
No, yes, I agree. It's a fun trio, but if you're gonna if you're gonna pay all 3 of those wide receivers that, the whole reason you didn't pay AJ Brown was because of a money aspect. Now you're paying those 3 guys what you would have just paid AJ Brown. So why didn't you just pay AJ? I don't know. Nonetheless, I mean, I like it. It'll be a fun, wide receiver trio, like you said, for Will Levis, and trying to do what you can to put him in the best case scenario. Whether I agree with the JC Layton pick and whatnot, but you're building a strong offensive line. You took 2 offensive linemen in back-to-back years, Peter Skronsky and JC Latham. Now you're surrounding him with weapons. I mean, you have the loss of Derrick Henry, obviously, but now you're surrounding him with weapons. Now it's time for Levis to step up. Now it's time to see what he has.
Yeah, absolutely. Another, just absolute disappointment here. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is under investigation for allegedly assaulting a photographer in a nightclub in Dallas. Not only that, but there's probably another one coming up as far as headline, just because he, I guess, was potentially involved in a shooting on campus when he still went to SMU. So just something to monitor there. Nothing we're really going to kind of, settle down on and really talk about. Next up, wow, I didn't even see this. The Giants are signing wide receiver Allen Robinson to a 1-year deal. Just kind of load up the wide receiver core with as much talent as possible, I guess. He'll be a good mentor, I think, for Neighbors. That's not bad. If that's what they're trying to
I don't know how much left he has in the tank, though. It probably is them just trying to get a veteran wide receiver in the room. But I don't know what Allen Robinson's bringing to the table at this point. Ever since he left the Bears, he's been pretty bad.
Dude, even when he was with the Bears, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, what a letdown. So college football 25, man, we're excited. That's coming out very soon, I'm assuming. I'm going to look up really quick, but unless you
July 18th or something, I think.
Let's see here around, I want to say 10 o'clock. No, I want to say it's around 9 o'clock actually. Nope, it is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Central Time or 11 o'clock Eastern. The official cover reveal is going to be released. So, just stay tuned. Apparently, the cover was already leaked for the standard edition. Ben, I'm not entirely sure if you've seen that yet, but I did. It's pretty cool. But the deluxe edition cover did leak. I will say the
deluxe edition.
Yeah, the standard leaked. Well, okay, so the standard leaked. It had.
I have not seen this. I haven't seen the standard leak.
Do you want me to not tell you what it is?
I don't want to know what it is. I've seen the deluxe leak. I want to wait. I'm to be honest with you. There's going to be so many gosh darn covers of this game. There's going to be like 10 of them, I bet. So it's not, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, actually. You know what? Yeah, go ahead and judge me. I think I just talked myself into it. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's nothing really all that exciting. I can't show it on my screen because, like I said, I'm dealing with internet issues to where I can't share my screen right now. I am on an iPad right now. I'm not on a tablet. However, what I will do is try to pull it up. Let's see.
I'm trying to pull it for y'all as well. It's just like I said. We're both
standard
struggling
edition.
here.
Oh, it got deleted due to copyright. Oh, wait, hold on, never mind, I found it.
Oh.
This is going to be very poor quality for those of you watching live, and I apologize, but this is what we've got. For those of you that can see, you can look it up if you can't see it clearly. But really, the big three that are on the deluxe edition are featured up front on the standard edition.
Go blue.
So this is, yeah. I don't hate it. I'm excited. I mean, the best way to feature this new wave of college football video games is to feature, not just one athlete, but I think a multi-athlete cover is very appropriate for this situation. So great job by the team over there at EA Sports that's been working on this for years. I am so excited to play this video game, and I hope to God that it doesn't let us down. So
for our audio listeners, it's the three cover athletes. It'll be Quinn Ewers on the left, Travis Hunter front and center, and then the Donovan Edwards on the right side. And then, like the, college football 2025 and stuff above and everything. But the main thing is again, are going to be the Quinn Ewers, Travis Hunter, and Donovan Edwards. As a Michigan fan, it feels great to have Donovan Edwards basically on front and center on the deluxe edition. And I don't want to say front and center on the standard edition, but pretty front and center on the standard edition as well. The blue, baby.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow, or today, I guess, when we put out this episode, it's going to be out already. So just look that up. But anyways, breaking news as of 2 days ago. So not breaking news, but news. The Lions are giving quarterback Jared Goff a 4-year, $212 million extension. Don't like this for the Lions. Love it for the Bears. Don't like it for the Lions. What are you thinking?
No, I know people aren't big fans of it, but what do you do? Like the alternative to this is what? Letting him walk and restarting what you have already built at this point. I mean, you had sparked an unnecessary debate on Twitter the other day about who's going to make it further. But at the end of the day, the Lions had made it to the NFC conference game.
I did not say who was going to make it further. I said who was more likely to play in the NFC Championship. That's it. That's all I said.
Oh, my bad. I
didn't say who was going to make it further in the playoff.
It's the fact that you compared the two. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
It's
all right.
The Lions had made it to the NFC Conference Championship game last year. So the flip side to paying him the $50 million or whatnot is what? Letting him walk and having Hendon Hooker be your starting quarterback. So in theory, I get why people are not a fan of the contract. I mean, for him to be making the second most amount of money per year, only behind Joe Burrow, I understand why people aren't a big fan of the contract, but from the football side of it, if you don't,
nope. If you don't pay him, then I'm assuming what he was going to say was, if you don't pay him, then what's your plan? I'm going to hope that Ben comes back shortly. But yeah, just expanding on that. Jared Goff right now. Not in my opinion, I don't think he should be paid more than like a Justin Herbert. He isn't that great, right? I mean, this is a guy that's thrown multiple picks against a team like the Bears when their defense wasn't even that good. This was still early on in the season. So, this is what we're looking at when it comes down to it. Is he really deserving to be the second highest paid quarterback? That's my opinion on it. I understand wanting to lock down a guy for a certain amount of time to be able to have security at the position for 4 more years, but it's more so the amount that bothers me. It's not the longevity. It's not, the lack of injuries that Goff has had. You know what I mean? It's other things to where it's other factors that truly is concerning for anybody that can be a Lions fan. Now, he's done a decent job, and clearly, I mean, they went to an NFC championship just last year. It's not a bad position to be in, but how consistent is Goff all the way through? I mean, this is a Super Bowl quarterback before he was a Lion. So I mean, it's more so if they really think that he can win a Super Bowl for them, then absolutely. But is it really, really that much? What is it, $51 million a year? That is just way too much in my opinion. But going forward, I'm going to change the topic just barely, and no pun intended here, because I want to talk briefly about something here, and that would be the news that broke that Justin Fields did not want to be coexistent with Nick Foles when Nick Foles was on the team. This was at the same time that Andy Dalton was on the team. This was Justin's rookie year. And at this point in time, I guess that Justin and the other two quarterbacks did not get along. And Justin was kind of hard to coach. This is words from his coach in Chicago. It said, watch his eyes. He tries to see the whole thing. He doesn't see anything. His eyes are all over the place, and it's just really hard to watch. It's just bad football. Not only that, but I guess it was super awkward when the two were in the same room together. If you watch the two walk out of a tunnel or something like that, Andy Dalton and Nick Foles are going to be walking side by side. Fields on the other side is going to be walking about 15 feet behind him. And whether or not that's intentionally done is up in the air, but honestly, it's a red flag to me. Somebody who posted, the side-by-side of Fields and Russell Wilson throwing in Pittsburgh. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, right, and I will put my Twitter @ right underneath my name here. If this is something that you guys have seen on my Twitter page, I said that Fields is only going to be worth that 6th round pick because of the trade that Chicago accepted with Pittsburgh. And I never really clarified as to why, because we didn't really get the chance to talk about it on the podcast. And let me just clarify those thoughts to you guys right now, just in case you do follow me and you did see that, because this is, huge. This is huge for, what it's been seen on my profile. And I didn't really clarify that much. And there was a lot of views to that. I got bashed for it, for example. But anyways, I said this picture is very telling. All I'm saying is expect the Bears to get a 6th back for Fields. I didn't say specifically anything else about that. But looking at Russell Wilson, he's got his back hip loaded. He's about to just launch the ball. You know what I mean? He's kind of got leverage going forward, and he's not just throwing with his arms. He's throwing with his entire body. His what's the word? It starts with an M. I'll figure it out, but momentum, that's the word that I'm looking for. So momentum is going forward, whereas in the post that I had said, Fields was really using his arms and was not loaded in the backside. So, and then the 3rd string quarterback just didn't know what to do. So when I say that Fields, as the report goes to say, is that he was struggling with coaches and everything like that, it's evident to me that he was almost uncoachable when it comes to how he was in Chicago. So it makes sense why the coach would say something like this. That being said, I am going to bury the Justin Fields topic until he is a starter in the league. Hereby, on the Pigskin Project, Justin Fields will not be discussed unless he starts a football game or comes in for Russell Wilson, because he has absolutely nothing to do with the Bears anymore, and that is the way the Bears fans should be. Leave him alone. Caleb Williams is your quarterback now, and brighter days are ahead. That is the way that everybody should look. So, that being said, we're moving on. Ben, welcome back. So, trying to skip past all of the I'm not even going to talk about Harrison Butker today just because it's extremely controversial and nobody cares about what I have to say.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, taking a look at everything else, the schedule has come out today. Ben, did you get a chance to look at the Eagles schedule?
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed with it. I mean, I was always going to be disappointed that like the Eagles are like losing a home game. And for those who are like confused by me saying that, it's because we play in Brazil in week 1, and that's considered an Eagles home game, which like blows because that's one less home game the Eagles actually get. And they have like one home game in like the first like one like genuine home game where they're playing at like Lincoln Financial Field for like the first like 6 weeks or something. Like it's I'm not a fan of the way the schedule turned out. We have an early bye. We have a week 5 bye, which was a conversation that ironically enough we had earlier in the day before the Eagles schedule it came out about teams like we had talked about it last year because I know George Kittle was had mentioned it. I'm a proponent of having 2 buys, like have a buy at the beginning of the season and a buy at the end of the season. Now that my Eagles have an early buy, of course I'm going to be even more of a proponent for that. But like having like when your buy is so important, especially if you're a team expecting to make a deep playoff run. Because if you're expecting to have that deep playoff run, having a break in week 12 versus week 5 is so huge because you're allowing your body to rest. But overall, my early predictions for the Eagles is going to be 12 wins. That's what I think. I think we're going to go 12 wins. That's the hope. Don't quote me on that because once here in a little bit, probably within the next few episodes, we'll start doing our predictions. Yeah.
Next week
we'll start doing our predictions. So don't.
I was going to say,
but yes.
Yeah. Actually, wait, hold on a minute. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Weeks. Yeah. So, we will be starting it as of next week. So if you guys are interested, because I see that there are a few people in here right now listening live. If you guys are interested in hearing a team, go ahead and comment, and we will try and do your team first. So, we'll see what it is. Normally we go by division, but yes. So what bye week did the Eagles get? I didn't even take a look at that.
Week 5.
Oh no, that's so gross.
No, I think it's like the second earliest bye week. I think like 4 is like the earliest you can have, and then week 5 is like I don't know. I mean I can't even be too mad. I mean y'all have a week 7 bye week, which isn't much better than a week 5. I mean it is better, but it's not much better. But I don't know. Looking at your guys' schedule and the way that things are playing out, I think 8 wins.
We have the Yeah, get that out of your system. Try again.
8 wins. I think you guys are going to win 8 wins.
So we have the easiest schedule out of weeks 1 through 10. Okay. This is just, I mean, this is so good. And I know that so like,
you guys play
we
like
had said
3
before,
actual teams and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's easy.
We have like the third
through week 10. Through week 10, like the only teams that like genuinely like I'm just like I you guys don't like I just couldn't see you guys competing with is like and then like the Rams. And then other than that, like I could see you guys winning all of those games. And that's like a bigger picture. Like that's a bigger Bears like picture as well now though that like we can no longer like as a team looking at the schedule, being a Bears fan, like I as an Eagles fan, I could look at the schedule and be like, oh, it's a Bears easy dub and move on. I can't do that anymore. I don't like that. Nope. I can't do that anymore.
Nope. Yeah, no, and get ready for insufferable Ryan, because what I had texted you in the group chat, and I know that you had liked it, and this is the whole point of this episode, is just to preview what is to come for the next few weeks and what is going to drive the content of this podcast over the next 16 weeks. Yeah. I saw 9 to 12 wins. Yeah, 9 to 12. I think 9 is the floor, okay? And that's if everything goes wrong. I think in the first 6 weeks, the best thing that we could do is go into it 5-1. I don't think we're beating the Texans. The worst thing that we can do, I want to say, like the floor in the first 6 weeks is 3-3. In the first 6 weeks go as follows for the Bears: Titans, Texans, Colts, Rams, Panthers, Jaguars. I think that the Bears are better than 5 out of these 6 teams. That's just where I'm at. I think we're better than the Rams. I think people will count us out. But the Rams don't have Aaron Donald anymore.
Just because they don't have Aaron Donald does not mean that. I mean, they were a playoff team last year.
I'm not impressed with that defense at all. So it is what it is. The Jaguars, I think we can beat as well. You know what I mean? But Titans, I think Titans, Colts, Panthers are for sure wins. That's where I'm saying. And then the 3 teams that are kind of tough are Texans, Rams, Jaguars. And then you have the bye week, which is good. You go on to play Washington, and that's going to be a win. Everybody likes to skip over Arizona. We have not seen the connection between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. yet. So I will stress this to every Bears fan listening. Please, please, please do not overlook the Arizona Cardinals this year. This will be a lot of fun. The Cardinals made some noise without Marvin Harrison Jr., and now they add the best prospect, or arguably the best draft prospect of this year, to that offense. So, I mean, he will be a weapon for Kyler Murray. I don't see the Patriots being an issue. I'm not saying that we're going to beat the Packers this year, because we haven't beat them in like 10 years or whatever it is. Or not 10 years, maybe it's 6 years or whatever. I think we can sweep the Vikings this season. I really do. I'm not a fan of J.J. McCarthy, so that's what it is. We're not beating – I think we could maybe squeak out a win against the Lions, just because that's just normally how it happens. We're not beating San Francisco, and we will beat Seattle. That's where I stand right now. So, there's a lot of maybes. There's a lot of mights. There's a lot of comparing and a lot of preseason delusion that you guys still have yet to hear about from me. I promise you this won't be the end, because if you're a fan of this show, you will see every single year I do the same exact thing, and I set myself up for failure, and it's going to happen. But I have never, ever, ever seen a Bears team with this much offensive firepower on it in my lifetime, to where I've been, what is the word? I know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's been a long day, so my vocabulary is kind of blanking out. But this offense has the most amount of firepower that I have ever seen in a Bears offense.
Here's where I'm at right now. All right. So we're gonna have you split 3-3 with your division. So let's say you play 6 divisional games. Where I'm gonna have you go straight down the middle, and we're gonna say you split 3. Whether that's you split with every single player or like every team, or you sweep whether you sweep the Vikings and lose both the Packers, whatever way you want to work the 3-3. I don't really care. But we'll have
Let me tell you,
so
really
there's
quick.
3 losses. Yeah.
Really quick, I just want to say we can win 12 games this year, and if we lose both to the Green Bay Packers, I'm going to be mad. But you can continue.
Yes. So this is where my head is at. So 3 losses right there. I think you guys are losing to the Texans. I don't think I'm going to get an argument out of that from you. You guys are losing to the 49ers. I don't think I'm going to get an argument out of that from you either. This is where it starts getting a little subjective. This is where it starts getting into like my opinion versus your opinion. Obviously, you as a Bears fan, you're going to be a little bit more optimistic. I think you guys are going to lose to the Colts. You're going to lose to the Rams as well. So right there, that puts you guys at 7. And then I'm going to also have you guys lose to the Seahawks. I like what the Seahawks have more. That puts you guys going 9 wins. So I said 8 wins looking at the schedule. I have you guys at 9 wins. So
9 wins is still a playoff team. That's fine, but
it's a borderline playoff team.
I don't understand it. I don't. It is what it is. I don't know. Let's look at the Eagles, just because I haven't looked at the Eagles yet. Which, by the way, how was the schedule release? What was the video that they did? Was it good? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was just like a funny video of them like fans reacting. It was a fine video. My favorite is of like all the videos though is always the Titans. The Titans videos are always real funny. It's the same thing. As far as the Eagles go, like I have them like winning 12 games. So like I have a loss against the Bengals. I'm gonna have a loss against the Ravens. And then I think we're gonna split with the Cowboys. That puts me at 4. And then we always lose to the Buccaneers, so I'll put a loss to the Buccaneers. So there's my 12-5 for the Eagles. But like I could see the Eagles winning 13 to 14 games. Like I could like very realistically like beat the Cowboys in both. Like honestly, the only 3 games that like really have me like scared is the Pack, Eagles, and Ravens.
Can I say something that's going to be highly controversial on this podcast? I love the international fans, don't get me wrong, and I am all for the National Football League expanding and the fans growing and the world acknowledging the fact that this sport is amazing. Not a fan of the international games at all. I'm sorry. At all. At all.
No.
I mean,
well, and especially this
great.
early on in the season. What are we doing?
I'm not waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning for a game. I'm sorry. Everything starts at noon. Give me an opportunity to start cooking and stuff. I don't want to wake up with my eggs and bacon and be like, let me watch the Bears real quick. Listen, I love the Bears. Give me some time to like wake up, please. I don't want to just sit up in bed and just be like, Bears are on, cool, click. Like, dude, no. Like, and even the night games where it's Brazil, right? Because that one's at 8 o'clock. And it's like, that's awesome. Good for you. Except it's super hot in Brazil. Like, it's a completely different atmosphere. Give these teams an opportunity to at least practice there. And not only that, but it's like,
that's what
dude, it's, I mean, I'm
all for expanding the markets, but I think having Brazil in week 1 is kind of wild. Just for any team, like it's already hard enough to adjust, like going from training camp and start first 2 and whatnot. But then for you to be like, oh, actually, let's like fly you like 10 hours away from where y'all are like actually like live from and have you guys play in like a way different altitude together in week 1 of the season is absolutely wild. And logistically, like I was listening to an Eagles podcast about it. I don't want to dig like too deep into this, but like I wonder how much like player visas is gonna play into like who's making the final cut in terms of, like the last like 2 to 3 guys on the Eagles roster week 1. Because it's a lot harder. Like you can plan around that and get players visas if you're playing in Brazil in week 6 or 7. But if you're between player 1 and player 2, and player 2 isn't going to be able to play in Brazil because he doesn't have his, then you're going to go with player 1. Like, so I just like, and it's something like so tiny and something like we just don't even think about, and it's just like logistical. And I don't think it even like plays that much of an impact at all. But like, there's a lot of logistical stuff that goes into this. I like it. I like expanding the markets, but yeah, I definitely have my gripes about the overseas games and whatnot, and that plays in the larger picture on how they're going to be and if they ever try to expand into the UK as well. But we'll cross that bridge whenever a UK team gets there.
Yeah, let me voice my frustrations a little bit more about how awful the scheduling is. So out of their first 7 games, the New York Jets are going to be on primetime football 5 times.
Yes.
What are we doing? And that's not the only like it's not even like okay. They have 6 primetime games.
Stretch of 4 straight weeks. The Packers have a stretch of 4 straight weeks where they're on primetime.
I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. Like, okay, my thing is this. They finished 7-10 last year. The Bears, now keep in mind I'm biased, so I'm going to use them as an example. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The Bears added more offensive firepower and attraction to their game to where they should maybe get a little bit more primetime action. They have 4 if you count the primetime game in London at 8 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, the Jets, who went 7-10, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember anything that they added really to their offense, big piece-wise.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers that they had last year.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, technically they didn't add Aaron Rodgers, but like he played in snaps last year. So it is.
But they're playing the 49ers week 1.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Is they're like this team went 7-10, and they like whether you like it or not. Like I know you're gonna cringe when I say this, but you're like this team went 7. I don't agree with this. Like they shouldn't have this many primetime games. But like whether you like it or not, this team went 7-10, and now they are getting one of the best quarterbacks of our generation back on their team. I get that. That's must-see television.
My thing is this: who wants to turn on? Oh man, it's Thursday night. Let me turn on Patriots versus Jets. Like, what? Let me turn on. Oh man, it's Sunday night football in week 4. Let me turn on Steelers versus Jets. Sunday night football. Like, let me turn on Sunday Night Football, Colts versus Jets. Dude, there's better matchups.
Colts versus Jets, I'll watch.
That's fine.
I agree.
But like, there's better matchups.
I agree, but yes, like, I agree. Well, and speaking of like a little off topic here on a different tangent of BS that no one wants to watch. What is this Hard Knocks off-season BS that they're putting out with the Giants?
Hold on, wait. Let me circle back to that. I promise you we'll get back to that. Please. So I'm just going through the games for week 2, right? Now I understand Thursday night football, the debut, Bills versus Dolphins. Okay. Good game.
I like it.
Games that I would rather watch on primetime instead of, let's see. Okay, so week 2 is, oh no, I'm sorry. Let me think. September. Okay. So, I'm so confused. Patriots. I am so sorry. I was wrong. Week 2 is, okay. Wow, that's even worse. Okay. So out of their first 11 games, the Jets have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 primetime games out of their first 11 weeks. Okay?
Yes.
And the weeks that I had mentioned were wrong. So week 1 is San Francisco. So week 3 is Thursday Night Football for the Patriots and Jets. Games that I would rather watch on primetime that week, I would say, let's see, Dolphins and Seahawks, 49ers and Rams. 49ers, Rams. Give me 49ers, Rams. Lions, Cardinals. Lions, Cardinals. Give me Ravens, Cowboys.
There you go. But
like
Ravens Cowboys is a primetime game that week as well. It's like a Thursday or Tuesday. Like that's
no, that one's a 3:25 game on week 3. Starts at 3:25. It's an afternoon game. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like I understand like Jets Bills, that's fine. Like week 6, that's cool. That's a division game. Like, you know what I mean? But it's every other week almost that we're getting Jets at least. And then it's just like it's too much. Please give us a more diverse level. Even if it's not the Jets, I'm just asking for literally any other team and spread it out more. Why do you need so much of the Jets? It just doesn't make sense.
Aaron Rodgers sells. At the end of the day, that's what I mean. It sucks.
That was last year. I mean, how many primetime games did the Jets have last year?
They got hurt, so they need to make up for it.
Just flex the Bears and Packers again, I guess.
Well,
anyways,
okay,
Jets suck.
That's what I was gonna say though. That like I think it's like the last 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. They can flex games in and out. So like the schedule in terms of time wise is pretty set. Like the first like 10 to 12 weeks of the season. But like the final few, like 5 to 6 weeks of the season, they can flex games in and out. So like, let's say Aaron Rodgers does get hurt again, or the Jets just suck, then they can start flexing a Bears versus Packers game or something in there. But
nonetheless, it's too much. Just for the Jets, please just give us more of a diversity. Whether you like the Jets or not, like I would be mad if I'm a Jets fan. Like, let me play on a Sunday more regularly. Come on.
No, stop it. If you're a Jets fan, you love prime time.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. If I'm the Bears and they played that many primetime games back to back to back, like, I would not like that at all.
That's wild. I don't know. That's a wild statement to me. I love seeing my team on prime time.
I like seeing my team on prime time, but that much consistently is upsetting me.
So,
anyways, Giants suck.
The people were wondering really quickly.
Yes.
Are you going to the November 17th game?
November 17th.
Bears
that the Packers
versus
game?
Packers.
Who's asking? You said the people are wondering.
Me, the people.
You are the people. I would absolutely love to. November 17th. I would absolutely love to. I cannot promise anything. So there's probably going to be a lot of changes going into my life within the next 3, maybe 4 months.
Yeah.
To where financially I don't know if I can afford it. If somebody generously gifts me some presents for my 22nd birthday and just wants to just give me tickets, that'd be dope. But otherwise, we'll see. Because my thing is this: Bears Packers are the most expensive tickets that you will get if you're a Bears fan. Whether you're going to Green Bay or whether you're staying in Chicago, and especially if you're staying in Chicago because there's not that many seats compared to the average NFL stadium. The one game I would really like to go to is the Bears versus Colts in Indianapolis, because you guys already know, if you guys have followed the podcast for long enough, I had the privilege of coaching at Lucas Oil, and then we always go to the scouting combine to where it's like, the stadium's dope. I would love to watch my team play there. Not only that, my mom has yet to go to a Bears game. I know, it's crazy.
Oh my gosh, take her. Oh my gosh, I'm going to this game with my mother as well, because my mother's a Bears fan.
I'm trying to.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
I would love to. It's just my, like I said, finances. I can't make the commitment right now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to save
it's
right
so
now.
hard to do that, right?
So we will see because it's getting closer to my birthday and stuff, and we'll see if there's a compromise or something. But if we're able
Closer
to
to his
go, it'd be
birthday.
sick.
Mind you guys, his birthday is in like 4 months, but
No, I'm saying the game itself is closer to my birthday,
oh, got you. Yeah.
so
Oh,
we can
yeah.
plan
It's like
around that. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a
So
week after your birthday. There you go.
yeah.
I thought you were talking. I thought you were saying your birthday was coming up, and I'm like, buddy,
No,
your
no, no.
birthday's like 4 months away. What are we talking about?
No, that's not at all what I was getting at all.
Uh,
Yeah. But anyways, no. So yeah, I'd love to, but yeah. Anyways, I mean, as far as strength of schedule goes, guys, if you want to know how we predict the schedules to fall, follow us for more. Just because starting next week, like we said, we're going to be having a little bit longer podcast. Right now, we're kind of dealing with some exhaustion, some Wi-Fi issues. Hopefully, we're adding a little bit more to the show when it comes to production and stuff. Because as of right
Yeah.
now, it's very limited as to what we can
struggling
do.
here, guys.
So hopefully next week I will have a different setting. I just realized this as well. So just a little personal news. I have a work trip coming up on Wednesday of next week, to where I will be in Illinois instead of Indiana where I normally am. So for that case, if I am able to, I will be on the podcast next week. If not, stay tuned to the Twitter page because we might, move it
Figure it
at
out.
some point when
Yeah.
times make sense. You might get the iPad treatment again for another week. Who knows? But we will be on the podcast next week to do the schedule predictions, stuff like that. That will be happening as far as dates and times go. I would love to do it on Wednesday, but who knows? Because
Yes.
I'm gonna need stuff to do in the hotel. That's
If
at the end of the thing. Yeah.
if you guys are new listeners during the season, we're quite consistent about the time and the day of the week that we do this.
Yeah.
And if you are old listeners and listeners that have been tuning in for a long time, stick with us. It's the off season. We're busy people. It might not be quite the rigid schedule that you guys are used to. So this would be a perfect time to go and follow all of our social media above us, and this is where we will put out everything.
Yeah.
To what we're doing. And I mean, like, pretty much everyone that's like tuned in anyways is on Twitter. So like, you're already on there. Just go ahead and hit the follow button while you guys are here.
Yeah. It definitely helps, and to have this drought of content, we will be covering every single team over the next 16 weeks when it comes to schedule predictions and what we think the record is, and we're going to go or deep dive into everybody's team, to let everybody know how we feel about the team, the structure of the team, how we think the team is going to do this season, and the direction that each team is headed in. We will definitely be covering all of that. I promise you, and you're not going to want to miss it. If you guys have followed us within the last couple of years, you already know what's coming. And I'm telling you, every single episode is so much fun because not only are you getting a lot of arguments about what games we're winning, what games we're losing, I'm telling you right now, we're going to try to keep track of this as much as possible. So with that being said, Ben, do you have any closing comments?
Weddle? Question mark?
I cannot pull it up.
I can pull it up. I can try to pull it up. If
your connection's good enough to do it, absolutely. Otherwise,
we can try it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me.
Worst that happens is we're in, folks. We're in.
It's time for America's favorite game, Weddle.
Nice. You love to see it.
We do. All right, let me get it all set up here, folks.
Hopefully I can get my laptop back next week because I missed the whole microphone setup. I have it to the right of me right now, and it's like the audio quality for my headset, or not headset, or AirPods, I mean, probably not that good. Awesome.
Yeah.
I found out how to get rid of the ads, by the way. Just got to download an ad blocker. That's it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right. You can go first, buddy.
I win last time. All right. Yes. We'll just do AJ because we always do every week. right. Come on. Oh, okay.
Wide receiver.
Whoa. Wide receiver in the NFC. Who's the? Oh, I know who it is. Come on. Think about his teammate. Think about his teammate that literally played with him at Ole Miss.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know. DK
Yes,
Metcalf,
you
maybe?
do. That's who I think it is.
I don't think there's a period there. Yeah.
Come on.
My thing is like, I don't get the whole college thing, so I might be wrong here. I don't know. Just type it in. Just type it in.
I know it's not letting me click it, but
Oh,
there it
nice.
is. It is
Cool.
DK. Huge. Woo.
Nice.
Okay. Why? What's going on here? Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right.
Daily
Where's the hard
Pro
one?
Bowl? Did they add a new one?
Daily hard.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. I won last time, and I'm yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna defer.
It's an ER, not RE.
Oh, duh.
So, come to find out, I might be pronouncing his name wrong. So, if any Bears fans in the chat want to correct me, it might be Gervon, but I say Gervin.
I've always pronounced it Gervin Dexter.
Yeah.
As like, and I could be wrong too because like he's not on my team. I've only like done like draft stuff with him, but like,
yeah,
throughout the entire like draft
much.
Process, it was no, you didn't give me jack diddly do. But throughout the entire draft process, I had always called him Gervin Dexter, but that's besides the point. All right, offensive player. Well, hopefully it's an offensive player. It's obviously not going to be Patty Mahomes, but we're going to do it anyways.
All right, offensive player in the AFC, not in the AFC West. Give me David Njoku.
Okay. Not a tight end. It's kind of tall. Not in the north. Not in the west. So, goodness gracious. Durham Smythe. If it would let me.
Still not letting me click.
There it is.
Oh, okay. AFC East. Okay.
Why did I guess I said tight end again? Duh.
Waddle? No, not Waddle. Give me OBJ. I don't know if his number changed.
Are you sure that's the route you want to go? I'm gonna give you another second to look at the board really quickly.
It's not Waddle. I know it's not Waddle because that was the same exact draft class as Fields.
Right. I'm gonna help you out here. Look at the team that I just put in.
Oh yeah. No, okay, thank you. Jeez. Like I said, it's been
that's why
holy cow.
I'm gonna give you a second here.
You're like, please listen to me. Okay. Holy cow. All right. Yeah. Everybody watching is like, you idiot. What are you doing? Okay, so it's not a tight end. You're talking wide receiver.
I have no clue who it is. I don't know who it is.
What's his name? What is his name?
Oh. I think I might know who it is. No, he's too young.
I'm trying to think of his name. I don't want to give it away. Give me Tyler Boyd just to see, I guess.
Tyler Boyd is not even in this division.
He's with the Bills. He signed with the
Boys.
Bills.
He did not. He signed it with. Why? Okay. Well, he doesn't.
Or
want
the
to pop up
Titans.
there.
Never mind, not the Titans. Who am I thinking of?
Well, you got lucky. You didn't want to pop up at all. So.
Yeah. Who am I thinking of?
Weddle doesn't like Tyler Boyd. He's just not in the system.
Like,
but,
screw Tyler Boyd, I guess.
yeah.
Dude, who am I thinking of right now? Let me do Stephon Diggs just in case they didn't update it. Because I guess it might make sense.
No, they definitely updated it.
I want to say they definitely updated it, yeah. That's so annoying. Yeah.
Okay. So wide receiver didn't really give me anything to work off of here. I think that this player is too young, but we're going to do it anyways.
Who did he sign with?
The Jets.
Jets. That's interesting.
Jets! Oh!
Wow.
Huge. I
Isn't
thought
that
he was
crazy?
too old.
I was dogging on the Jets the entire episode, and it turned out to be a Jet. It's crazy.
I thought, to be frank, I thought he was too old.
I
too young. I thought he was too young. Like I thought he was
absolutely
like
preying on their downfall.
28 years old. This is a deep rooted. Like you guys have to be like a day one to understand this one. But the Jets this year is going to be your Cardinals of Ben's years past here. It's going to be great. And only the longtime listeners are going to understand that reference. But
hey, all I got to say. Before we get into schedule predictions, stuff like that, or record predictions. I'm going to start saying record predictions because that's what they are instead of schedule predictions. Anyways, Caleb versus CJ is going to feed generations. That game's going to be good. We're not going to win it, but I'm saying it's going to be a good matchup, man. I'm looking forward to that one.
We'll see. I think Caleb is going to come in. I think Caleb's going to have a good year, but like, Bears fans need to tamper what rookie quarterback. Like it even took CJ a couple of weeks to get good.
3,300 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions.
I know, but it even took CJ a couple weeks to get good. I mean, CJ even lost to Bryce Young, right? So like
CJ didn't have DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, you know.
Rookie wide receiver, one who's old as dirt and can't stay healthy, and then a pretty good wide receiver. But that's besides the point.
All right. Before we turn you into a hater, close this out.
Yes. Golly. Yeah, so we'll see you guys again.
I don't think you want me to be happy. I don't think you want.
Of course not. As your best friend, I can't see you be happy. And that's just... Thanks,
bud. Appreciate it. Yeah.
If you know, you know. But we'll see you guys sometime next week. Probably.
I would say probably Wednesday.
Time. Yeah, probably Wednesday at the regular time. That's what we're gonna go with. Again, if you guys don't know, we got the socials up here. Go and follow them.
This one specifically.
Yes, that one specifically. And as always, you lovely people have a good rest of your week.
Yes. Signing off.
Yes, sir.